Hey, I got another Balisong knife video for you guys, and this one was on request. There was a guy that wanted to see my two black-handled ones, which basically, those are the two to where, in the video, because it's so low quality, they do look alike, and that's what I'm going to point out, is that there are imperfections on both knives to where they are different. They just tried to do the same pattern. And one of them is Jaguar brand. The other one, I have no clue who made it. It just says stainless China, so generic. I'm thinking that maybe Jaguar bought out whoever was doing those, or don't know, because they're both from China. And also, just to show a knife that was the company that they tried to copy, which was Pacific Cutlery, I've got my original Balisong U.S.A. brand knife out from late 70s, early 80s. This is one of the original ones before they turned into Benchmade. So, show you that first, just to show you the difference on quality here. Because this company was all about quality. These suckers, they're very expensive to find now because they're one of the most sought after knives for collectors. Just to give you an idea, this one, I've cleaned it up since and done some polishing on it to try and get some of the scratches out and stuff, and I'm still working on it. I paid $50 for this at a swap meet, which I figure that it was a damn good deal for just the knife. I didn't get a sheath with it. Oh wait, no, I did get a sheath. These, when they started really getting popular, they went to a cocoon style sheath, which is the usual canvas, and it was side mounted like this on your belt. I think some of them you can have it straight up and down, but most of them were side mounted so you can pull it out easy and easier to conceal. And then if you got some of the real custom ones, like ones made by Jody Sampson or some of the other people there, Pacific Cutlery, then you can get custom leather sheaths or whatever for that particular knife. But this one is the one that see a lot of on websites, and if you got the Balisong manual, this is one they really point out. Stainless steel handles, and these are not cast iron. They are made out of billets of steel, to where they got two billets and ran them down a saw blade. They cut this out and then drilled out the holes, and everything else is hand ground. Very heavy, very precise. I mean, this thing still flips beautifully even at its age now. It's still perfect. Nothing's gotten loose on it at all. All hidden pins. The blade is just pure perfection. Razor sharp on top and bottom. I believe this one is concave ground. Very similar to a straight razor. It's hard to show here, but it's like they almost roll in on the sides of the blade to get it to where it's just thinner towards the edge, which really keeps it sharp. I've never sharpened this, and don't plan on flipping it here either. I flipped this once and cut myself in the hand pretty damn bad, and I was just doing basic stuff. It's too easy to get cut on this top half here. But still a great knife. Also, as you can see there, when it's open and locked, totally flush there with the latch, and it is a stainless steel latch, and also totally flat with the top to where it's just smooth. You can't feel anything that's off on it, and it locks really tight. So that's pretty much the difference there. They've tried to redo that style of knife and just cheapen the crap out of it. So, show you the, let's see, I believe this is the Jaguar. Yeah, Jaguar. First off, the latch on this one and the latch on that one are an absolute piece of shit. At least this one does lock fairly tight when it's open, but closed, they screwed up big time. Not much quality control there That is very, very loose. I mean, I'm not even hardly pushing on it. It just flips right open. So not too good on that. And I have no idea what they used for the latch. It looks like some type of aluminum or just really cheap alloy. It's got a drip there, so they didn't even sand it off very good. So it does have imperfections. The handles on these are not made out of billets. They're cast. They are quite heavy. On flipping them, if you want one just to flip and mess around with, and something to where if you drop it and chip the blade or whatever, you're only out just like maybe 30 bucks at most or so. This is a good knife to work with because they flip just as good as this one. They're just made really sloppy. And on the blade, this one, as you can see, says Jaguar on one side and then stainless china on the other. Almost half of the blade is serrated. This one, top half is blunt, as you can see. On the plastic inserts, that's what I'm thinking, plastic. I don't think that's micarta or anything. And they haven't popped out, man. They're in there really tight, so haven't had a problem with that. And let's see, pin here, pretty lousy on the pin too. It looks like they got a nail and just jammed it through there. Didn't do much sanding, and it really shows on the little indents there. They didn't use a drill like they did on this one to make it nice and deep so they fit in good. It's been done with a stamper or whatever, and then having that pin screwed up has messed it up worse. So that's the Jaguar. Now this is the one that's the off brand, or no brand. You can see, doesn't say anything on that side of the blade, only says stainless china. This one, they did try and sharpen the top of it. So if you wanted to, you could put a better edge. Same type of edge on the bottom. Same crappy latch. This one, when it's open, it locks pretty damn tight. Same when it's closed, but where they screwed up on here, other than having that same crappy cheap latch, they cut this too deep, and to fix it, they stuck a little pin in the side there that the latch hits, so it doesn't go all the way down, but it's still just, it looks cheap. Same type of handles, they're cast, but quite heavy. This one flips good too. One thing I didn't point out, the pins on these that are hidden, they're very big. You can kind of see the outline edge there. I recommend blowing up your screen as big as you can get it. That shows a little better, but they're really big pins, so they didn't want that part to break. Top pin on the tang here, a lot nicer, thicker pin, all sanded and filed down good and smooth. Just enough to do what it's supposed to do. Same thing on the sides here. Looks like they did that on a machine, but they're not all beat up like the other one from that pin being messed up. So, price I paid for them, out of all the knives that I paid about $25 or whatever for, those are the best. And that's what I paid for both of them. Got them both for $25 a piece. So if you want a decent knockoff, if you can still find them, and I do have a site that's still selling them, but it's like 35 bucks, and then you got to pay for the shipping and stuff, so you're probably looking at more than $40. I have no idea how much a shipping is, but it's a Knifezilla. I will leave the link. And got to be legal in your state to be able to order them, and he won't send it to any state or whatever to where it's illegal. So if anything, you can check it out just to see what knives he's got. He's got nice ones. He's got everything from high-end Benchmade and stuff, Spyderco, Dalton. He's even got some original Filipino Batangas. So cool stuff to check out. So feel free to comment as usual. Next video will be on more alcoholism. Yeah, got some more brew today that I want to do some vids on. Hopefully it's good stuff. So see you in the next vid.